Hi folks, Johnny Vivento here. I was talking today about how you can retire to Mexico, especially if you're from Europe, anywhere in Europe, or North America, United States, Canada. How can you do it? Yes, you can. It's very easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay? There's a lot of wealthy people out there. You can come and buy. You can go anywhere in the world, but this is a place, a great place that I found. And I've lived in a few different places. This is a great place that I found. You can live on your Social Security without any problems. You know, I see these YouTube videos out there. Come to Albania, come to here, the other side of the world, come to Cambodia, Vietnam. Yeah, great. It's awesome, you know. But here, you have one thing that puts it above everything else. You're close to the United States. If anything happens, you can easily flip across the United States. Okay, how would I do it? You can write this all down, but I got it in my head because I know how to do it because I've done it. Okay, you do need, when you come to this country, you're going to get 180 days to come in as a tourist. But you're a tourist, but you can still live here. It doesn't mean that you have to settle here forever. You know, you can come here for a year, 6 months, a year, 3 months, 8 months, 9 months. It's quite simple. You come in to the airport, and they will give you a stamp on your passport for 180 days. Okay? What I recommend, if you really want to live here and you want to give it a shot for 6 months, you come into the airport at Puerto Vallarta, or you might want to go to Merida. It's the same thing, really. It depends where you want to be. I mean, we're on the Pacific here. The actual beach is down there, about 2.5 miles away. Okay? One of the beaches, are like 50 beaches around here. But this is one, this is the closest, about 2.5 miles down the road. Okay, I live in tranquility. I live in the jungle here, and this is where I want to live. I love it. It's a private community, it's a gated community. It's a wonderful place to live. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, really. But anyway, so we're going to get back to retirement. Okay, and by the way, I'm wearing a Borussia Dortmund shirt, my favorite team in Germany, the big yellow wall. This is what I'm wearing. And we got to the final of the Champions League. I don't know if you saw that, but we did some time ago, but it was there. We did it. Now, what I would like to get through this through to you. Okay, so you arrive at an airport in Mexico. You might want to live inland. You might want to live in Mexico City. You might want to live in Guadalajara. You might want to live in, I don't know, what can I say? I mean, you know, God almighty, San Luis Potosí or Aguas Calientes, wherever, you know, you can move to wherever you want, you know, and every place has an airport, so you can, you know, move. You can go down to Oaxaca, you go to Chiapas, you can go over to Playa del Carmen, Acapulco, places like that. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's great, awesome. If you know Mexico, it's Cancun. But I live in Puerto Vallarta. Love it here. Easiest place to get around. People are awesome. This is Jalisco, the state of Jalisco. I used to live across the border in Nayarit, but I live in Jalisco now. So anyway, you come here, you arrive at the airport, you have your Airbnb, you got to set that up. You set your Airbnb. Anything from $35 to $200. But if you want to come, you know, go on the economy scale, go on the $35. But let's say for 2 nights, that's $70. You get a taxi from the airport, very inexpensive. Okay, at Puerto Vallarta, when you arrive in the airport, you do not take a taxi from outside the airport. You have to go, the best way is to go across the bridge. There's a bridge that you have to cross, and the taxis on the other side, you don't pay the exorbitant prices that they pay on that side. So you have to do this. You have to do this economy, okay? Because that's what you want. You're a retired person. You've come here to Mexico. You want to live on the least possible money possible, the least amount possible, and enjoy your life and not go through the bills, the insurances, and all this thing in the United States, Canada, or Europe. So you come to Puerto Vallarta, to the airport. Now, you've already set your Airbnb up. You've got to get a taxi. Also, you need a return ticket. Now, you can get a return ticket from the place that you've come from, okay? Or you can get a return ticket, what I'd recommend from here, San Diego or Tucson. So you get a ticket to get here and get a ticket back, and within 6 months from here to Tucson or San Diego. It's the quickest way to do it. The reason I say that is that you're going to have to come back. If you want to stay, you have to come back through another frontier. Okay, so I've done it before where I flew into Tijuana from here, from Puerto Vallarta to Tijuana. I walked across through the tunnel and I walked back again, and I got my 180 days again. I have done that. I'm a resident now, but I did do that before. Okay, as long as you don't have any warrants out for you, or you haven't done anything wrong, or you haven't been in the public eye or whatever, you're going to be fine. Okay, that's the only thing they're looking out for. They just do not want the wrong kind of people coming into Mexico. This is the way it is, even in the United States, every country. So you do that, you get your return ticket. Maybe you want to go back to your hometown for a couple of days within 6 months. Great. So you can visit family or whatever, and you can come back again. So that's the cost. So it's a return ticket. The reason I say that is because you can get a one-way ticket, but they're going to say at the airport, why have you got a one-way ticket? Where's your ticket back? Well, you don't have it, right? I'm not saying they're going to give you a massive hassle, but they could give you a hassle. Also, when you have a return ticket, the price is almost the same as a one-way ticket. There's not that big a difference in price. You could be coming from Minnesota and it costs you $750 round trip, but one way is $500. So you're like, okay. So anyway, I'm just giving you that as a fact. It's just the way it is. So anyway, you arrive at Puerto Vallarta. So the expense so far, you've got 2 nights at Airbnb, you've got the taxi, you've got your return ticket. You arrive. Within those 2 days at the Airbnb, or even the first day, you're going to find somewhere to live. In Mexico, especially in Puerto Vallarta, they have Serente signs all over the place, places for rent. They put signs up in the windows. It could be a room, could be 2 rooms, could be a whole apartment, which it generally is. And the whole apartment here usually is going to run in Mexican neighborhoods that are local neighborhoods. You can get a place probably for around, I would say, $400 a month. Okay, a nice place with a bedroom, fully furnished. Okay, with certain amenities. Yep, good and bad. It can be. You never know what it can be. Or you can go like to a $600 apartment, maybe a mile from the beach, so you can walk to the beach or whatever if you want to go to the beach, and within range of all the amenities in the area, or supermarkets and stuff like that. Let's say 600. Generally 600, 650. They're coming with water, filtered water in the apartments. They are coming with internet. They might give you a charge for electric and gas. Okay, so you're talking about maybe $675, I would guess. That's my guess for the whole lot. You're all in for $675. Easy. You can easily do that. Could be a little less, could be a little more, but not generally. I would say it was less than $675. If you're on an $1,800 average Social Security check, that's in all the countries, it's about the same. Okay, you can live very comfortably. If there's 2 of you, wow, you can live like a lord. You know, really you can. You can live like, yeah, you really can, because let's say you have a couple of Social Security checks, you'll be doing fine. You could live off one, and the other you can just do the entertainment. Beautiful. Generally, wives, as they don't have as long working life as men, they have a lower Social Security check, so it could be 1,800 plus 1,100, or 1,800 plus 9. It depends, you know. You just, everyone is different. But what I'm trying to get at is that you can comfortably live for 1,800 US dollars, very comfortably. So you've got your rent, you've got all the utilities going on there, plus Netflix and your phone bill. I mean, you can have a phone bill here. You can get a Mexican phone. It's only $30, $25, $30 a month. Okay, you can do that with a contract, and they will honor it as long as you have a contract in the United States with another company. That means you're a good person. You're paying your bill. They can check that up, and you got a phone. Okay, it's cheaper than probably having an American line. I have a AT&T line because I have it. It cost me $100 $108 for 4 phones. Okay, so my kids each have a phone, and my wife as well, and me. So we have 4 lines, okay, for $108. You can't beat that. But we also have a Mexican line as well, but it's very inexpensive, like 25 bucks. Okay, but we do that for local calls, and it's a lot easier. You know, the towers are better, and that's the way it's situated. So anyway, so you're all in with everything, with all utilities, your phone and your Netflix and stuff like that. You want to get cable, which probably it will come in the building, but it might not. So you might need an app that you have to buy, very inexpensive, 20 bucks a month for all the TV channels if you want them, if you watch TV. So you're in everything for probably 700 to 800. That's all your utilities completely done. You've got 1,000 now left. Plus, you might have the wife as well. She might have a Social Security check, or she might not, but you have 1,000. So you've got to think, that 1,000 is 20,000 pesos. If you divide it in 4, that's 5,000 pesos a week to spend. I mean, it's more than the average Mexican, way more than they spend in a week. Okay, so you got 5,000 pesos per week to spend. Okay, now you can do a lot with 5,000 pesos here. Okay, no, you can't go to the best restaurant, because the best restaurant will cost you 5,000 pesos for the meal for 4 people. So I'm not, you know, that's a good restaurant, that's what it will cost. But if you live on a budget, you can do it. You make a big flask of coffee in the morning, and you go out, instead of going to Starbucks, you made your own coffee. Just buy a coffee maker, or usually the apartments will have a coffee maker if they're furnished. Okay, don't buy water outside. Take your own water from your water filter in your apartment, which most people who rent will have the water filter. It's like, I would say 80% or 80 or 90% of the landlords will have the water filter in the apartment. So you can do that. You can just improvise a little bit. You can buy a bicycle instead of taking taxis or Ubers everywhere. Okay, or you can learn the bus system, which is easy. You know, I learned the bus system in like a month or 2. You know, it was very, very simple for me. I don't know how, and I'm an older guy, and I kind of kept it all in there because I was there. I said, I got to save money, and I did. I improvised, and I learned the bus routes and what they meant. Like they have the destinations all by the side of the driver. Okay, so you can easily tell where the bus is going once you get to know. And I did this in another state, so you know, Nueva Vallarta and Puerto Vallarta are really together. It's like one, but there's like a moat in between those 2 cities. Okay, but it's really the same city. Now, okay, so we got all that out the way. So you're going to do that. You're going to just improvise a little bit. You've got the sun 365 days a year. You know how much it costs to go to Florida? To go on a vacation for a week to Florida, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks? A fortune. And you're not really, and you're assured of great weather. Well, here you're assured of it 365 days a year. Okay, there are never any bad days in Puerto Vallarta. I've been here for years, and there's no bad days. Okay, even in the rainy season, it's still hot in the afternoon. Usually the rain comes at night. Okay, the humidity is massive. You're near the Pacific Ocean, yeah, and it goes on for 3 or 4 months. But generally, you're going to have great weather. You're going to have great food, great people. We have a lot of street vendors here. You can eat. You can walk along the street and eat here. You can sit down on a bench. Okay, for me, that's more enjoyable than sitting in a restaurant. I like to go to Chinese restaurants. I like Chinese. I got one around close by, and I always get a takeout. I never ever sit in there. But what I'm saying is that it's great to be around people. You're on the street. You know, you're going to eat there. You can go to the park. Where I live is a nice palapa, like a nice, what do you call it? Like a place where everyone can hang out. But it's very quiet here anyway. I live a little far away, so it's the tranquility is massive. This is a butterfly sanctuary over here. So to live in my complex, it will cost you, with all the utilities and everything, like complete, it will cost you $750 US. Okay, a 2-bedroom apartment, furnished, basic, new and beautiful. 750, you're all in here. okay? And you can do it. You don't even have to leave this complex except to go and buy food, okay? You can take a bicycle and run down. It takes 10 minutes, okay? So what I'm trying to say is anybody can do it. You can retire. You can actually get out, and you can actually make comments on this video. And you're saying, well, can I really do it? Yes, you can, because I felt the same as you did, okay? Exactly the same as you. I said, I'm not going to do it. But then I took the plunge. I said, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm here. And while I was here, I met a beautiful lady and I got married. Yeah, I did it. You know, but things can happen. You know, you meet people. It happens. You know, you fall in love and you go, wow, you know, it might not have happened, but it did. And what I'm trying to get at is new horizons out there. You can actually do this and you can feel it. And I had the feeling about this place. I said, this is going to be the place, okay? And I'm here now and I will not leave because it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful place. Mexico total. I've been to a lot of different cities in Mexico. I mean, I still come back to Puerto Vallarta. I love Puerto Vallarta. It just can't be beat. Because you have the beach down the road, you got the weather, you're next to Pacific. It just is a different feel. And anybody can do it, really. And you're out there thinking, you're looking at this video, oh, there's no way. I'm telling you, you can, man. You know, I know people who have done it. I know a lady that, well, I'd actually, she's not around now, but she was, and she was getting $1,000 Social Security, and she made it. I'm not saying she lived where I live, but she lived in a place and she survived. And I think she lives in another state. As I was telling you, Nayarit, that's where she lives. It can be done. Like, anybody can do anything if they really want. And if you, by any chance, want to work here, you're not allowed, but you can work in a call center. Call centers are looking for English speakers, okay? And there's quite a few of those around. If you really want to work, you can do it. You know, there's things that you can do. You don't have to say, oh, I give up, I'm not ever working again. You actually can do that. You can actually work if you really want to. You know, in a place that needs English speakers, okay? That you can do that. But I'd recommend no. I'd recommend just relaxing. You're going to feel a lot better about yourself. You'll have a tan, and you will not have the illnesses that you used to have in the United States. You won't have the headaches. You won't have the car insurances, the car payments, the emissions test cost, the inspection cost on your car, the wear and tear, and you're worried that if your car breaks down, what am I going to do? I got to find this amount of money. The gas cost, the car fixing cost, everything. Different things, you know, different market, things that you buy normally, you will not get here. You don't need them, okay? You can live very nicely. You've got your big TV, you've got every channel you can ever possibly want. You've got a walk here. What time is it now? It's like 6:30 at night. Look at it, 6:30 at night. Everybody's coming back from work, actually, but we have solar lights here, as you can see, one right behind you. But right behind me there. But this is quiet, tranquility, safeness, security. We have a security guards at the front, which nobody can come in here. The complex, we have a wall all the way around. What more do you want? 650 to 700 bucks for this place. Okay, for a place just like I have. And you have peace of mind. You don't have any more you don't have to, you know, have that, I don't know, safety concerns as in the US in most cities right now, because there are safety concerns. Now, another thing is if you smoke, you can smoke here, of course. Cigarettes are less than $3 a pack, maybe £2 a pack, £2.50 I think, and that's the good cigarettes I'm talking about. But you can get the cheap ones for like £1.50 or whatever, you know. But I'm just saying that if you smoke, drinks are very cheap here. You go in a bar, you buy a beer, it costs you $1.50 everywhere. Totally, 30 pesos across the board, maybe 37 pesos, let's say. Okay, to go and buy a beer in a bar or a restaurant or whatever, and you can sit down and have a beer. Starbucks, they have coffee stores all over this place. Okay, better than Starbucks. I go to a place called Coffee Monkeys. It's better than Starbucks. Okay. a coffee is $2 or less, because the dollar actually went up against the peso. So it's about, I'd say 180 for the best cup of coffee you ever had in your whole life. Plus the desserts here are magnificent, and that place has most of the stuff that Starbucks have, but at 60% of the cost. Okay, but we do have Starbucks here as well. So there's good and bad, you know, and I would definitely recommend coming here. You will not be disappointed. And if you put comments in the comment section, I will make another video to answer all of these comments. Okay, I've done that before with different subjects, but I will do it again. And please subscribe and like button if you like my video, and I'll be talking to you tomorrow. And have a great night. Thank you.